It wasn't our prettiest effort, but I was very pleased. I knew, being the fourth game on the eighth day, we were going to have to dig down deep. And I felt like there were probably going to be some lulls in the game, but I was very proud of the kids. Our main focus today, and especially the last few games, is try to form our identity on the defensive end. And I thought we did a much better job, particularly in the second half, of limiting them, especially around the paint. But it was a really good effort, collective effort from everyone. I think our team, I've talked about our team, we have been reinventing our team all year long with the insertion of Ashley Perez, midway through. We had things rolling, and it's kind of like taking a step backwards in order so that we can take a couple steps forwards in February. She's a great addition to our program, one that's needed, but we have kids right now trying to find their roles and what's going on. So I've been very pleased, particularly the last couple of games, with the fact that even with Precious struggling shooting the basketball, we found ways to really score. With Lady on the inside, and Toya's been hitting some shots, and Muff's really been running the show. So it's been a collective effort from everyone. Tonight was no different. Lady Mary's is a very talented team. Ed does a really good job. Those kids play extremely hard, and it was a really good win for us. So very pleased, very happy as we move forward.
Questions for Coach Brooks or Lauren Okafor?
Coach, it was okay.
No, you go.
Back and forth game for the first 12, 14 minutes or so, and you guys gained some separation, over the last few minutes of the half, and then were able to kind of, widen the margin in the second half. What did, from your vantage point, what did you guys do better to eventually kind of separate?
Well, going in, we knew that they were going to press us to try to throw us off rhythm, and then they were going to fall back into a zone. They played a zone pretty much the whole game. And we moved the ball around. We were a little bit stagnant, and I think the difference is obvious. We made shots. We started making shots. I think Precious really struggled. She missed her first, I don't know how many shots. Normally she's hitting one or two of those, and it gives us a little bit of separation. And that really was a difference. I thought I was a little disappointed, in particular in the first half, that we had a lot of unforced turnovers. It didn't allow us to get extra shots up. And I thought second half we did a much better job. Precious hit a couple shots, kind of widened the gap a little bit. But I was very happy with my little freshman, Haley Barron. She stepped in and hit a couple of threes. They gave us a little bit of separation in the beginning. But the main thing is we're talented. We can get these kids making shots. It opens up things on the inside. And that's when we really can take over a game by throwing the ball inside to Lady. So I think that was more what we became the latter part of the first half into the second.
Also, it seemed like after about 10 minutes or so, they really struggled to score. Talk about defensively. It seems like you kind of took away whatever it was they were trying to do.
We're trying to form our identity, I have three daughters, and two of them are very close in age. And one thing that I've learned is not to compare them at all. They're on their own personalities, and so I try not to compare this team to last year's team. But last year's team was so good, and we were good, and we would separate ourselves because of the defensive end. This team has really relied more on the offensive end to try to get the separation. And that's what we've been talking about the last few days. It's really, you're going to gain that separation, that comfortable separation in a game on the defensive end. If you can take away, their scoring opportunities and be focused on the defensive end, you're going to have, some comfortable games. And we've started to focus on that and get better and to take care of each other. And we've been playing as individuals, for, a good portion of the season. And not in a selfish way. We just haven't really learned how to play, as a team yet defensively, and we're starting to get there and to really cover for each other. And I thought you probably saw some of that in spurts today. Lady had 6 blocks, a couple possessions. She really, when she got the block, she was covering for somebody else who was hung up on a screen or whatnot. So we're getting there, but by no means are we where we want to be.
You guys handled William and Mary pretty easily last season. Have you seen, first look at them, really in person this year? Have they improved, and in what areas have you seen?
Well, I think they have. Ed's done a really good job with this group. They play extremely hard. Is what they do, and I think it's going to be a matter of them getting a couple of wins to get some confidence. They've lost some crazy games. You look at them just in conference play, and they very well could have been coming in here 2-1. You know, the Towson game, I'm still scratching my head how they lose that game. You know, I watched that game on video, and I kept thinking to myself, there's no way they're going to lose this game. And knowing the outcome, they lost it. And watching the UNC Wilmington game, you know, I watched that one. It was just one play, one mistake down the stretch, and it really cost them that game. So I think they're a couple wins away from gaining that winning mentality. You know, they have the pieces, they have the tools, they have a really good system, they play hard. It's just a matter of learning how to win. When they get a couple wins, I think they're going to be a dangerous basketball team. You know, we play them, and it's kind of crazy. We play them today, and we play them again next Thursday. You know, and I think that, you know, we're going to play them next Thursday, and they'll be, you know, there's not going to be much difference in what they are right now. But I think if we happen to see them in the tournament, I think they'll be a totally different basketball team. You know, and that's kind of crazy scheduling, but I think they're on the right path.
Lady, first of all, why do they call you Lady?
It's actually a family name. I was called Lady since the day I was born. My grandmother said that I looked like a little lady, so.
Very nice name. Do you think they didn't see you in there, or it seems like they kept going to a dry well by trying to go inside there?
As far as my teammates trying to get the ball?
No, I mean, you blocked a bunch of shots.
Oh,
They seemed to be
sorry.
thinking that maybe there was something there that wasn't.
I mean, sometimes especially with guards, when they're driving to the basket, their heads are down, they're going straight to the basket. They might not necessarily see me until it's too late. So that's what I kind of think it was.
William and Mary, coach, and maybe you could speak to this as well. He sort of felt like his young post players, as the game went on, they kind of retreated a little bit. It's kind of like she controlled the inside in that game. What did you think?
Would you retreat from her?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Absolutely.
She's done a fantastic job. I'm very proud of her. You know, what she's done with herself. I think it's well documented that, you know, she transformed her body, her mentality, which enabled her to come out and play longer stints, be more aggressive, to really showcase her talents. And I think the beauty of it is that it was self-motivation. You know, never once did I say, hey, lady, you need to go out, you need to, you know, do this, lose weight, get stronger, get faster, whatnot. She just really did it on her own. She stayed in Harrisonburg. She usually has about 10 jobs, but I think she only had like 1 this time. And really focused on transforming her body. And, you know, it's actually, for me, it was very interesting because in the summer I'm watching film, and I'm seeing her every day, and she's walking into my office, and I'm like, you look really nice. But when I watched film from last year, I really had to do a double take, and I said, who is number 33? You know, because she looked nothing like that. So it's enabled her to go out and to really get to her talents. You know, last year she couldn't really get to her talents because she couldn't play the style that we played. She played at Providence, and it was just man the middle. You know, she came here, and Coach Brooks is like, you need to switch out and guard that point guard. You need to do it. You need to do it well. And she's looking at me like, you got to be kidding me. You know? But now she's able to do those things, you know, because of what her transformation, her hard work, her work ethic, and she's a plus for us. I don't know if we'd be where we are right now if she didn't do the things that she did.
Well, real quick, lady, could you speak to that? Because Coach Swanson, he said he saw you in high school, and the player he's seeing now is like a whole different play. Kind of using you as an example to his young post players. Can you just talk about kind of becoming the player you've become?
It's definitely been a long process of just, like Coach said, transforming my mentality, first of all, and just knowing and being confident about my abilities. It's always been a lot harder, I think, in general for post players to gain that confidence, especially when you're on a team where there's so many guards that are talented and can score at will. So it was mostly a matter of me having that mentality, like, I can score too, I can be effective too, both on offense and defense.
Anything else?
If I can add a little bit to that, I think we were a match made in heaven because she got here and she fought me on a lot of things. You know, but I think what she did, she ended up trusting, you know, what we were talking about and what we were trying to do. And there's been plenty of times, if there's supposed to be a 15-minute conversation between me and her, she wants to come to my office, it usually lasts about 2 hours. You know, 2 hours. And, you know, and I think that I'm really counseling her, and before the session is over with, I got counsel. She's just a tremendous young lady and who's willing to work, you know, and she wants to win. She wants to be a huge part of back, and there's 2 games, she probably won't mind me saying this, that she hasn't played well. And those just happen to be the 2 games that we lost. And so she understands that. It's not the weight of the world on her shoulders. She understands that, but it's a responsibility that she has to have to come out and play well, not necessarily play well, play hard, and do the things that she has to do, and then we'll be successful. And she knows that.
Lady, you spoke of mentality and confidence in your own abilities. Can you talk a little bit about what perhaps you were seeing, you were thinking particularly early in the game today? You're all tired. 4th game in 8 days. Everybody's tired. You were in Boston on Friday. Balls getting thrown away. Ends up being 23 turnovers. Precious can't hit a shot. You were sort of a steadying factor, a rock almost. How did your confidence, your newfound faith in what you're capable of doing help you to step up and do what you were doing today?
Well, I definitely think that it was at least 70 to 80% of what I was able to help and assist with tonight. As far as the beginning, when things were a little shaky and steadying everybody, that mentality, my mentality at the time was more so, I have to make sure that we stay within this game and stay on top of this game, because we were a couple of turnovers from the game shifting. So definitely just trying to make sure that I'm doing my part, and hopefully that everybody else could rally around me.
If I could just squeeze in one more, Lee. When I played sports, I always had energy for games. I love to play games. Practice, that would wear me out. And when I hear about 4 games in 8 days, is that really as taxing, the games? Or could you just talk about that a little?
Well, we're definitely excited to play. We're definitely excited for those opportunities. I think it's more so the traveling and getting back and forth between all of these different schools that is more taxing. We're definitely always excited to play, always having that energy, but physically tired.
Right, games are great. It's practice. That's
Definitely.
the butt kicker. I'm finished.